woman, and I started there. So, like I said, gratitude is important. Now, thank you. So, I want to talk about gratitude for just a moment, and then we're going to hop into the readings. What is gratitude? I don't know about you guys, but lately I have been having a lot of ingratitude. As you can see, I was annoyed, I was irritated, right? That's all part of my gratitude. It's all part of gratitude. Because if we give thanks, which is something that is said in the scripture, everything give thanks. I'm not sure why I was having a glitch with that particular system. I don't even know why, the universe was like, hey, take a pause. But I think it's a very powerful lesson because even in the moment, you get a chance to see like, hey, everybody has these things that kind of come up, right? So what is gratitude? Gratitude is the ability to be grateful or to have thanks in everything that happens in your life. Do you seek out approval for other people? Most of the time, we like to be validated through other people. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. Hey, Starcy, we've missed you. Hey, Marley. Hey, Alessandra. Do you seek out outside approval? Hi, uh, visitor. I'm not sure who you are, but I'm having some technical difficulties today. Do you seek out outside approval? Do you approve of yourself? Are you taking the lessons that present themselves? What energy do you hold on to? And are you holding yourself back? I want you to ask yourself today these questions. Gratitude, what is it? You define what gratitude is for you. Number two, do you seek outside approval? Do you spend the majority of your time looking for someone else to validate you? Uptick in sessions, however, happy to be busy. That's always a blessing, right? Hey, Becky with the good hair. Thank you for joining. Who else is on YouTube? And then it says, do you approve of yourself? Do you approve of yourself? Your behavior, the way you speak, the way you look, the way you think, the way you feel. Do you approve of yourself? Are you constantly looking at ways to validate yourself through other people? Are you, I'm heading over to, all right, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't realize how much I don't trust myself. That's a big thing. Trusting yourself. How can you trust another person if you can't trust yourself? Now, are you taking the lessons that present themselves as in the present? Are you taking the lessons right now? What was the lesson that I had? Be patient, breathe, right? Me getting angry, me getting frustrated, me getting annoyed wasn't going to solve any of that problem of me getting on YouTube, was it? Literally, me taking the time to get angry. I'm like, I'm so annoyed right now. What did my annoyance do? Did my annoyance fix the problem? No, it didn't. Did my frustration fix the problem? No, it didn't. I actually had to breathe for a second to think, okay, what else can I do? There was another solution. It may not have been the one I wanted to take. I wanted my preset live. I wanted the one that had everything already ready to go. But for whatever reason, it did not work, right? Am I going to sit and wallow in the fact that I could not get it to work the way I wanted it to? Or am I going to move forward and say, hey, I got it to go. We have a live broadcast and now y'all have a video to watch, right? What energy do you hold on to? Do you hold on to the stuck energy? Do you hold on to the pain from the past? Yesterday, I went on a journey, an inward journey. And this is where all of this kind of came up. The culmination of my weekend brought me to this. And everything that I'm bringing you are questions that I've literally asked myself and that I asked Spirit to show me. Okay? When I went through this inner journey, one of the biggest questions I asked Spirit was, what's holding me back? I don't know about you guys, but some days I have some really big brain fog. And I'm feeling frustrated and I'm feeling annoyed. Kind of like I was with this live when I couldn't get it to work. And in that moment, your mind starts to go in a circle, kind of like a tornado. It's just a whirlwind of things just blowing around, because the tornado picks up anything in its path and it just floats it around and it floats it around, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going, and it's slamming all of these thoughts and ideas at you all at the same time, and it makes you feel like, what the hell is happening? What is going on? And you feel frustrated, because the more you can't get things to move, the more they keep feeling stuck, the more frustrated you get. I keep sending out my manifestations. Why are they not working? I keep doing this. Why is it not working? I keep trying relationships. Why is it not working? We do this all the time. Every day we're listening to all of these thoughts that's going and going and going. And do we ever say, let me be still? Let me look at this lesson that's presenting itself before it starts blasting at 100 miles per hour. Because before the storm ever reaches its peak, it starts out slow and soft. It starts out gentle, right? Every storm. It don't come and land just ferocious, right? It builds momentum. So I'm asking you today, what momentum are you building? What energy do you fester in most days? Is it self-loathing? Is it victim mentality? Is it lack mentality? Is it scarcity? Is it generosity? Is it abundance? Is it gratitude? So one of the lessons that, like I said, I had this weekend was a lesson in gratitude. And sometimes when we don't live in when we're not living in gratitude, we don't recognize the blessings that's right in front of us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me give you a better idea. As a mother, as a person who has children, sometimes mothers overgive in their relationship, because somewhere along the line, somewhere, some thought was introduced to them that moms had to be super. We had to get it all right. We had to go to every performance. We had to work. We had to clean. We had to wash dishes. We had to cook, right? And even if we were stay-at-home moms, we still had to be super, because whoever was providing for us expected us to have a certain behavior in order to maintain this cared for energy. For those of us who didn't know our value, because when you know your value, nobody can put a role on you that you don't willingly walk into, right? It's like that standard, the double standard, that men have to go and make the money and provide and protect the home and go take out the trash and do things like that. And women are supposed to be in the kitchen cooking, washing the dishes, taking care of the kids, right? That's what we're taught, right? Gender roles. This gender is responsible. Girls play with dolls. Well, my youngest daughter played with cars. Does that make her any less feminine than my son who played with trucks too? It doesn't. So when we look at what gratitude really means, thinking about the areas of your life that you don't even say thank you for, you just expect it to happen. That is what mothering is. Typically, as a mother, it is a thankless job. Maybe once a year for Mother's Day, maybe sometimes when people really realize the extent of how much you're giving of yourself. Now let's take it a step further and look at our relationships, our partnerships, our co-workers. Are we looking at them with an expectation? How many of you guys look at your coworkers and say, you have a responsibility to work the same way that I do, even though we have different mindsets, even though we have different learning styles, even though we have different capacities? How many of us look at them and say, why didn't you get your work done and I got mine done? How many of y'all do that? How many of y'all get frustrated at the way people do their work? How many of you guys have encountered somebody who has come to work and they are so negative and your energy just plummets because you didn't protect yourself adequately? Did you start your day with gratitude? Do you thank the universe for allowing this job to be a resource? Because it's a resource, right? Human resources. It's a resource. Did you allow did you give gratitude for your partner? Your partner is not the person that you dump on. Your partner is somebody that mirrors back to you, right? What are they mirroring to you? When they buy you food, are you grateful? When they drive you somewhere, are you grateful? When you sit down to pray together, are you grateful? Or do y'all not do that? Hey, Tanae, do y'all not do that? My daughter told me that Sometimes she feels as if I don't always show her a lot of love. In my mind, my action is loving. Even though I get angry, even though I get frustrated, I feel like in my perception of my reality, I give her all the love she needs. But her love language is different than mine. Every time she say, "Mama, can I?" and I do, that's love to me. Then it took me back to my mother. I held on. Remember I told y'all, what are you holding? What is holding you back and what energy do you hold on to? So let me tell you what I was holding on to. I was holding on to the fact that I love my mom, but I was also holding on to the fact that my mom sacrificed so much. And I was holding on to the fact that I thought certain aspects of my mother was weak because she didn't do certain things, like say no or stand up for herself in ways that I felt like she did, like she should have. I was resentful for the fact that she didn't come to my performances like how other parents' mothers did, because she was working to make sure that I had a home, that she was working to make sure I had food. And to this day, my mom still does the same thing for all of us. You understand? So, what does that do? Remember, we live in a karmic world. So, everything you do on one side, you experience on the other side. So, now I'm understanding where my mother feels, what she's felt as the parent, right? And don't forget about those who like to speak those little curses on you. One day you go have a kid that act just like you. You know what I'm talking about? One day you gonna have somebody that mirrors that energy back to you. That's a curse. Why would you want that? Why would you want that? So if you've done that to somebody, my hope is that you have taken the opportunity to look at where you've done that and send out a better energy, a healing energy, that you allow me and them to both be enlightened. Ho'oponopono does that. It breaks curses. It heals bonds. It heals bloodlines. Things that we don't think about. So the energy that I was holding on to was a scarcity energy. Why you didn't? And you know what it bred? Jealousy and envy. How many of you guys don't even realize that you're jealous of the fact that you felt like other people had a better life than you because of what they got? And now you rush to make sure your kids have things that you felt like you didn't get. But sometimes you skip the fundamentals, right? You skip the fundamentals because you're so busy looking at what you didn't have, you don't have time to appreciate what you do have. A home, clothes, love. Because to get up and go work for somebody, to provide for them, is love. I don't care how you look at it. I don't owe you shit. You understand? I don't owe nobody anything. This is my life. This is my physical body. This is my energy. I don't have to give it to nobody. But if I'm giving to you in some capacity, am I giving out of obligation, or am I giving out of love? And that's what gratitude shows us. Where are we falling short? Today is Moonday. Today, you can truly impact change, not only in your life, but in the life of everybody around you. When those tornado of thoughts start coming in, telling you what is and what isn't, you have an opportunity to say, pause, okay. I'm frustrated that this live ain't working like I wanted to. I hear you, universe. Slow down. Okay, calm down. Everything ain't gonna always be perfect. It ain't gonna always line up the way you want it to. It's okay. Calm down. Take a breath. Breathe. Calm down. Breathe. Yes, this work is piling up. Calm down. Breathe. It's okay. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. And we do this if we do this every day, right? If we make this conscious decision to say every day, I am going to pause and take a break and do my best for me, not for them, but for me. Understanding what is right for me. Looking at my dominant energy. If my dominant energy is draining, I'm going to drain everybody around me. I don't have a choice because I can't pour from my cup when my cup is empty. My light ain't going to burn when my wax is gone. You understand? I don't care how many times I try to light this. It's not going to light. It's gone. The wick is gone. You see what I'm saying? Well, I got a little bit. It's a little bit. It's very little light, right? You see that? It's a beautiful analogy. Because this wax is all the way at the bottom. If I burn through my wax, you love these candles, by the way. Jasmine and patchouli, y'all. If I let my wax, if I let my wick burn all the way down and my wax is gone, what light can I give? It's barely fluttering. And it burns out. You see how quickly it burns out? You see how quickly it burns out? If I have nothing in me to give, it will burn out. My light will burn out. And that's where ingratitude comes in. That's why it's so important to give to yourself. One last time. What is gratitude? Jojo, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm willing to take new candles. Anybody who want to donate? Do you seek outside approval? Are you always looking for somebody else to validate you? Do you approve of yourself? Because if you can't approve of you, how the hell are you going to expect anybody else to? They are literally going to mirror back to you what you are on the inside. Are you taking the lessons that are showing up in your life? What energy do you hold on to? And what is holding you back? Who we doing first? That's the message. It took me a minute to get that out. Who we doing first? Today I'm doing oracles today. Earth signs, let's go. Earth signs, let's go. Come on, YouTube. All right, earth signs. Earth signs going first. 1630. All angels and guides coming through for my earth signs. For their best and highest good. Earth signs, let's go. Earth signs, let's go. Rachel, it's my pleasure. It is my pleasure. I don't do this out of obligation. I do this from love. And I'm grateful that the universe allows me to be an example in my living life. Everything that we talked about literally came up for me. I kid you not. If you guys knew how much emotion I was holding back right now, you would be like, wow. Like, for me to be here, and y'all could tell the difference in my voice, but the lessons, you know, when you ask the questions, the universe will deliver. When you ask the questions, the universe will deliver. You know what I'm saying? What's holding me back? That was my biggest one. What's holding me back? Whew. And it's not outside of me. I love y'all. You see the emotions. And I will tell you, whatever comes up, let it out. It's a reason those emotions come up. Yesterday when I was in worship, it was several people that came up for me. I got a chance to see Holla. I got a chance to see Urban with Portia. I got a chance to see a few of you all. That's the beauty of connection. The way the universe allows us to see even the shadows. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Foreman. Hey, Paulette. When you operate from an intentional love, you attract that love back. Nobody owes us anything. You know, we make a choice to come to this earth to grow and to evolve. Come on, earth signs. I'm going to pull one moon card for you, and I'm going to pull 2 oracles, and then I'm going to pull a, come on, y'all. He wants me to speak to your clairaudience. He wants me to speak to your clairaudience. The voices that you hear, Let me be specific. The guidance that comes in audibly for a lot of you guys. It's important for you to tune in, taking a few breaths, deep breath in, and they want me to remind you that you're not getting it wrong. You're just overthinking it. Like, I literally heard you saying, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I tried to tune in and it doesn't sound like it's coming in right. And Spirit is saying, I'm here. Like, it's not that hard. It's not rocket science, is basically what they're saying to you guys. It's not rocket science. They're speaking to your clear audience, right? Being able to hear. There's a song, and it says, there's a voice that cries out in the silence. And when you think about that, when I'm able to breathe for just a few minutes, it brings silence to my mind, to my thoughts. That silence is important. Earth signs, let's go. For your best and highest good. What is the message that they need most? Out the gate, have faith in your dreams, earth signs. Have faith in your dreams. I see a period of transformation for you. So beautiful. Crown energy being activated. Solar plexus and heart chakra. Some of you guys have some things that you hold on to in your heart that needs to transform. I see sweet nectar here where the universe is showing where it's like your seeds are being multiplied. When you think about your seeds being multiplied, that means the talents that you naturally have are being multiplied for you. The multiplication comes from, germination. It also comes from when the bees and the butterflies and the hummingbirds pull some of the pollen and they spread the seeds around, right? And so you're spreading the seeds around are your circle of influence, right? It's the people that you come into contact with, right? And when you spend time with certain people, they carry the message. It goes further and further, right? So you just don't realize how much your life is being impacted by other people and how much you impact other people as well. Spirit is saying let go of that which is dead. It's time for you to start taking some risk, right? But there's a strong energy of you taking a pause. When I say take, when you get two different messages that feel kind of contrary to each other, they want you to take the risk, right? There's an energy of stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking risk. What are you afraid of? You have nothing to be afraid of. If it doesn't work out like my life was planned, it was, and then it didn't go through the way I wanted it to, right? That's taking a risk. All I had to do was breathe, regroup, stand still, and look for another option, right? Looking for another option. Stand still is present for you right now. So right now, it could feel like you're in this very dark, kind of stuck energy. Right now, deep in the woods, and you're looking for clarity, seeking clarity from the highest perspective. Right now, Spirit is saying, have faith in your dreams, Earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Please check your sun, moon, and rising because there could be something in the message for you in your sun, moon, and rising. Right now is a time for you to really kind of get serious about what passions do you have, what things light your heart on fire, what are the things that bring you joy. I'm seeing a lot of red and orange, also being more grounded in your energy on a regular basis, spending time in nature. As an earth sign, you should be. Hey, little Debbie. Hello, Jessie May. Hello, Maritza. A lot of you guys are spending time escaping your life is what they're showing me. An escape can come from food, eating too much, eating things that don't serve you, right? Also drinking too much and smoking too much because that's also coming up. Some of you guys have habits to escape, and earth sign spirit is saying no, it's time for you to stand still and to be present with yourself, be present with your highest self, and forge your way through this muddy energy. We're currently on earth signs, sun, moon, rising, first sign of the day, earth signs. um, with that being said, don't be afraid to explore outside. What I mean by that is, as you're getting grounded and getting understanding about what it is, or being clear about what it is that you desire, what passions do you want to experience in your life? What? Why did y'all do that? Okay, so seek truth because this card was just sitting here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that for you as well. This is a time for truth. What's interesting is that you could see this tornado coming in. Do you see the wind blowing on this card? How beautiful is that? Like, how likely is a card when we talking about tornadoes? I swear my cards be acting like what is it, the microphone settings on my phone, because they really do come in. There's a new opportunity of being presented to you, new portals coming in for you as well. I'm also seeing that it's time for you to raise your vibration. Yes, I said it. It's time for you to raise your vibration. Hello, BB412. What I mean by raise your vibration, that there's a stew or an energy that you are sitting in that is not serving earth signs. It is time for you to really be concentrating and repetitive about the things that you want to see in your life. Let me say this. When you look at your life and you think about what is not moving, is that your predominant thought? What's not moving? This card says it feels like some areas of yourself have slowed down or even come to a standstill, and you are right. Something is not progressing. Even if it seems that things are flowing on the surface, look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is unmovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. Are you acknowledging where you are? We just talked about this. Like, I think the message is so fitting to see how the universe is aligning, right? The first step to become unstuck, to be unstuck, is to acknowledge where you are. Where am I in this moment? What thoughts and feelings am I holding on to? What energy surrounds me? What people are around me? Because they're a reflection of me. Everybody in my life is intentionally reflecting back to me areas of myself. When I tell people that I feel like I'm unloved or used, that's a reflection of me. Where am I not giving love to myself? Where am I not putting myself as a priority? That's how that feels. Like, if you don't want to feel used, if you don't want to feel mistreated, you got to make yourself a priority. What does that look like? Doing things that you like, serving yourself, caring for yourself, right? What does self-care look like? It's going to be different for everybody. For me, self-care looks like reading, studying something new, going outside, right? Being outside, being intentional about connecting with the birds and nature. That's how I connect back to my higher self. Talking to people who are in higher, who also exhibit levels of higher learning. That's how I come back to myself. But what about you? Earth signs. It says in life, you can either say there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling out the weeds. Notice what is not working for you. Take steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is being sucked into the mud, the worst thing that you can do is struggle. The worst thing that you can do is struggle. The best thing to do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extract yourself. One step at a time. You also have truth here, and I'm going to give that to you as well. Songs of the wind, earth signs. This is a message to be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Find your truth. Listen for what is sincere and honest in others. One of the most difficult things that you can do is not listen to your inner voice. Sometimes it takes sincere silence in order for you to hear the voice of truth. You understand? There's a voice that cries out in the silence. There's a voice that cries out in the silence. Why? Because when I shut off the noise, I can really hear. I can hear from a place of truth, not from a place of fear, not from scarcity, not from all of the ruminating thoughts that are vibrating around me. Sometimes those thoughts don't even belong to you. Share your truth with others. Release relationships in which you cannot be yourself and you can't be real. Being genuine can allow your spirit to fly. What came up for me yesterday when I was asking spirit what holds me back was this belief that I would never be able to really find the connection that I had found previously with a Taurus. It was a very passionate, very strong connection. But the truth of the matter is I had to acknowledge what the Taurus really is. The truth of the matter is, yes, there was a connection. But the connection isn't just with me. The connection was with multiple other people. And that's not the story that I desire to live. So I can't hold on to that narrative. I have to look at everything. You know how we like to look at something and say, oh, this is good. You know, it's like you buy some bread and you notice the one piece, that first loaf piece of the bread is starting to go bad. So you toss out that one piece and you keep eating the rest. Well, if one piece is going bad, the rest of it is also going bad. I can't just remove the one part of it that I don't like and eat the rest and think that it's not going to have an impact on me. It's going to impact me. With that being said, have faith in yourself. Have faith in your dreams. You understand? You should have a goal, and you should set a desired goal for yourself every day. Today, I am going to love myself this amount. I just seen two different sets of 33 when the live glitched. Oh, I didn't know my live was glitching. If you are having issues on the live, please go ahead and over there to my YouTube. If you haven't been on my YouTube, these will be uploaded. Who we doing next? Who we doing next? They will be uploaded on YouTube shortly after the live. Who we doing next? Who coming in first over here on my YouTube? Look like air signs got it. Air signs got it. Air signs. I just want to be able to see y'all. Aw, thank you, Urban with P. I appreciate you. Air signs, what time is it? 30:41. All right. I couldn't get to my phone fast enough. It looked like it worked out. Air signs, let's go. Sun, moon, rising. Please check your sun, moon, rising. Please remember that these are not one-to-one readings. These are general readings, and they may not apply to everybody. But if you find that something resonates in the message, please take it. Please do not take these in lieu of any legal advice, any medical advice, or any financial advice. These are general readings. Now, if you want to book a one-to-one reading, please go to my website, evetheempath.com. It's only one. It's only one. I want to remind you that I'm not going to solicit you in your inbox and say, hey, I was drawn to you. Give me a donation. I'm not going to do that. If you want to reach out to me directly, if you send me a message and it looks like spam, I will block you. I ain't going to even lie to you. If somebody come in here and I notice that they are following people and sending them messages, I'm going to block them. So if you are a spammer or a scammer, I will block. If you come in here and you start soliciting everybody, talking about inbox me, I will block you too. Hey, Just the Success. One day at a time. One day at a time. Calculated action. One day at a time. Taking one step forward. Every day, one step forward. Every day, one step forward. Do something that you love every day. Air signs, let's go. Aquarius energy, let's go. Aquarius energy, let's go. Libra energy, let's go. Where my Libras at? Libra energy, where are you? Come through, Libra energy. Geminis. Come on, Geminis. Let's get it. Gemini energy, let's go. Sun, moon, rising. Yes, there could be something in the message for you. All right. For their best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all. All right. Some of you guys, like I said, courage, allowing. What did I say? Take one step forward towards your dreams every day. This is the art of allowing, letting yourself move forward. Your moon card for you today. Look at the bigger picture. So there's a full moon in Sagittarius coming out for you. Looking at the bigger picture, Sagittarius is a planet of expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter. So when you think about your life as a whole, there might be some small things that kind of feel like a setback, but understand that it is a bigger picture to see. Find the silver lining in adversity, right? What else can be true? What else can pop up for you in this moment? This courage that is being activated in you is so that you can take that one step at a time. One step at a time. You ain't even got to tell nobody. You don't have to tell anybody what you're doing. That's seeking outside validation. Just do it. Show up for you. Show up for you and allow the results to speak for themselves. If you're writing a book, go ahead and write a few pages every single day. Who cares? It doesn't matter if the manuscript isn't perfect. Just do the action. Take the steps. Stop making excuses. I don't have this. I don't have that bullshit. I used to have a coach who said that when you start looking through from a lens of gratitude, you realize you have everything that you need. I don't need a new laptop to get started. I don't need a voice recorder to get started. I don't need a new walking stick to get started. I don't need a treadmill to get started. I don't need to do all of these extra steps. All I have to do is get started. Take the action that you can take at this moment, right? Take the steps that you can take in this moment, whatever those steps are. You understand? Whatever those steps are. Take them. Just go. Just do it. I've been watching these videos. What else for my air signs? I've been watching these videos where you release the energy, somatic exercises where your body has stored memory, cell memory of events, traumatic events or traumatic memories, right? And one of the biggest places that we store energy is in our hips, right? Especially, during intercourse, because there's that physical exchange that we have with each other. And if you've never taken the time, hi Nisa Bradley, if you've never taken the time to really release that trauma, then you're holding on to it, right? If you've never let it go, then you're still holding on to it, right? How many of you guys hold on to stuff? Let me tell you a telltale. When you think about things, if you clench your fist, especially the right fist, you have anger issues. Yes, indeed. So how can I move past that? You can put pressure here and release some of that pressure in your hands and give yourself permission to forgive whoever has hurt you. Give yourself permission. Why? Forgiveness ain't for them, it's for you. It doesn't mean that you got to make yourself available. No, I'm just releasing. Baby, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate you. I don't hate you no more, but I don't F with you either. Right? Somebody has to let go of some things. Mother-in-law, she was a little wonderful person. Send her love. That's the best thing you could send somebody. The best gift you could give somebody who hurt you is love. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason that they hurt you is because they don't love themselves. And then the same love that you send them, the universe will make sure that you get it back. And then while you're in the process of sending them loving energy, healing energy, make sure you grab a little bit for yourself. You understand? Mother-in-laws are big right now for my air signs. Y'all got some issues with your mother-in-laws, past or present. Make sure you release that energy. Mother issues too. Those wounds are coming up strong. Hello, Michelle. Welcome in. My mother loved my sister more than she loved me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she loved me more. She showed her more respect. I'm always fighting for her attention. I'm always fighting for her love. She doesn't see me. You don't see you. You don't see you. That's why. Let that go. It's time for you to use wisdom. Wisdom is coming up for you here. Change is coming here. And what did we talk about? What was the one thing I said y'all need to let? What did we say we needed to do? What did we say we needed to do? Anybody else? In the past, but I told myself that she will see the love that I have, and she did. That's a beautiful message. Can anybody tell me what was the one word that we used that y'all needed to have for people? Anybody want to give it a go? My mom loves my brother more than me and my sister, and I'm healing from it though. That's a lesson. How can I learn these lessons with ease? Forgiveness. I told y'all my cards be listening. They be listening. They be ear hustling. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Why? Forgiveness isn't for you. All right. How many of you guys were, who has student loans? Anybody on here have student loans? Hey, Sandy. Okay. So a few people have student loans, right? And y'all know how about a year or two ago, they were talking about forgiveness of those student loans, right? I'm in school now. They were talking about forgiving those loans, right? They were like, oh, if you have over $10,000, blah, 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 we're going to try to forgive your debts, right? Do you really understand what forgiveness means? I want to give you an example. Loan forgiveness. Loan forgiveness says, when you're forgiven of this debt, you no longer owe it. You're no longer expected to pay for the debt over and over again. It's done. It's washed clean. It's done. I may not loan you no more money. But your debt with me is washed. In the Bible, they said it was a 7-year period. That after 7 years, you can no longer hold somebody to a debt. I think the United States does that. You understand? That's what forgiveness is, a surrender. It's saying you are no longer on the hook for the pain that you caused, for the actions that you took. Because you have to understand that me holding unforgiveness doesn't hurt them. You think it does. You think it's a protection. It really doesn't. It hurts you. It hurts you. 843. It hurts you. Why? Because you're stuck to their karma. You're stuck waiting for them to get their karma. And you don't have to do that. Karma gonna come anyway. Everything that you do is gonna automatically send out a karmic energy, positive. My lovely friend and sister Sunshine says that she has it in a very beautiful way. She talks about it in density. She said the heavier the density, the slower it moves, right? Think about it like this. Somebody who's out of shape and has a lot of weight on them, right? Somebody who's out of shape and has a lot of weight, when they run, they can move slower than somebody who is leaner and runs faster, right? Think about density like that. So if I have unforgiveness, that's weight. So when I'm moving slowly. When I release that, I take off the weight. Another example, you could imagine yourself being put, you know how they put those chains on you and you carry things, right? You carry it and you're running through the obstacle course. It's supposed to create more muscle because it's resistance, right? The weight is offering you resistance. So the more you move forward and you pull that weight, the more resistance you encounter. And the goal is to make you stronger. So when you're not carrying the weight, you can zip through it, right? And you can be stronger. But when you release the weight, you move faster. So the more dense you are, the heavier you are, the harder it is for you to move from timeline to timeline. And timeline to timeline is where you get to experience your manifestations. Where you are the manifestations of this timeline, of this particular reality. Forgiveness gives you permission to move out of this density into a lighter density, into a lighter feeling, a less heavy, a less weighted down reality. Oh, that feels so good. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you eat too much and you can't do anything but lay down and go to sleep because you got itis. It's like that. But when you eat healthy and you eat light, it gives you energy and you want to go and move. Another example, forgiveness gives you this principle. That's the principle of forgiveness. So it's time for change to come into your life. There's a shifting, uncovering from the clouds into the light. Your description of forgiveness makes so much sense. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. Great example. Thank you, guys. This vegan sanctuary. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Becky had some comments too. She said, in the past, but I told myself that she will see the love that I have, and she did. And this is wisdom. This is where you are able to go deeper into yourself. If you got them water placements, Pisces specifically, please check it. Check it. Because you can discover so much beauty within yourself, but you got to be willing to go down deep. That's where your wisdom is. That is where you acquire all of the wisdom that you've been waiting for. Now she texts me weekly and sends me blessings. How beautiful is that? Because I can only get what I give. I can only, if you adopt that motto, and I know that it takes repetition. Make you a list. I gave you some solutions today, some things to work on. I can only get what I give. If I'm giving out negative energy, best believe I'm finna get it back. You understand? If I'm giving out negative energy, it's coming back. If I'm giving it to myself, I'm still giving it back, because everybody is a reflection on some level. And a lot of people, spiritualists, they want to tell you that's not true. That's not how it works. Baby, it's a reason why the scriptures say you got to look at your own beams before you start trying to pull the mote out your brother's eye. It's a reason why it says do unto others We are currently on air signs. Yes, we give so we have space to receive. Exactly. Look at the bigger picture, guys. The bigger picture. This is a time for expansion. So don't get caught up on the little things. The little things that are derailing you from achieving your goals. A little bit every day gets you where you want to be, right? A little bit every day gets you where you want to be. So I can't focus on what isn't going right. Perfect example. I can't reiterate it enough. I could not get my live to work. My live is on. Yes, I had to move differently. I had to make an adjustment on the fly. Sitting in that energy, I had one or two choices. I could have been like, F it, and nobody on this live would have been able to see, or I could have pushed through, and Spirit was like, just be calm and start a new live. And it's here. You see what I'm saying? It's just a quick shift. It took me about 7 minutes to realize it because I had started to let those negative thoughts tell me about being defeated. That's what you saw. The anger that was coming up, the frustration that was coming up was the fear that it wasn't going to work out, that I wasn't going to be able to proceed, that I was stuck, right? So sometimes when you feel stuck, you like, I can't move. I don't know what to do, right? We get frantic, and then those thoughts start coming in. They're coming quick. It takes stillness. Changes in the air for you. And I really like this energy. I see the perspectives are shifting in your life. I see the perspectives are shifting in your life. As you dive deeper, Spirit is saying, have the courage to step forward. Have courage to step forward. Courage. Let me be open courageously. Take the steps that are shown. Right? Allowing. I have to go with the flow. Allowing says radical acceptance, says yes to reality in any given moment, so that whatever is needed can come. That's the message for my air signs. Who we doing next? Beautiful message, by the way. Beautiful message. Fire, let's go. Fire. Fire. 46, 42. 46, 42. For my angels and guides. Have you done weather yet? No. Thank you. Thank you for being here with your beautiful energy. If you have found your way to this channel, you are right in the right place. I believe that the way Spirit delivers messages is the way they are meant to be delivered. And that this is a place of transition. This is a metamorphosis in your life where you are able to take quantitative steps towards your goals, towards your higher self, connecting to the beauty that you are. You are an amazing soul on a beautiful journey. Don't take it so serious. Fire signs, have some fun. All right, come on. Let's go, fire signs. Fire sign energy is an energy of creativity. I keep hearing you're an original. That message has been coming through so strong all day. You are an original. You're an original. There'll never be another like you. It doesn't matter how many lifetimes you come to this planet, you show yourself a new version of you. You experience a new version of you. I hear legacy for you guys. It sounds like it. I hear legacy. Anything worth having. Anything worth having. Anything worth having. What do you got to do for it? You got to work for it, right? Work doesn't have to be hard, though. It's redefining what you consider work to be, right? What is work? It doesn't have to be hard. Your definition of work is hard. There's a need for a clearing, energetic clearing here. Some of you guys need to clear out some old thoughts. There's divine flow and divine source. These are beautiful messages. Hello, Jennifer. Thank you for coming back, sweetheart. I'm so grateful for you. It says, eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao. Divine flow at all costs. Follow your flow. Follow the flow of life, right? It says, during holy crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you out, emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. This is such a beautiful message. This in itself, by itself, is such a beautiful message, full of transformation and acceptance, radical acceptance of self. It's giving the energy of dying to live, not living to die. It's like letting go of the old so that you can be renewed. And I'm seeing that in a lot of us right now. Fire signs, being able to see from the whole. Like, do you see in this energy where she is being renewed? Like, this energy, she's laying here, but the energy is coming out. You understand? The green represents the heart chakra. Out of the heart, out of the heart, out of the heart. What blocks do you have in your heart, fire signs? Beautiful determination is coming in. Yellow chakra. Yellow solar plexus chakra is coming through. Blue chakra, throat chakra, being able to speak your truth, communicating positively to yourself is coming up as well. It says your commitment is being tested. Some of you guys have goals and commitments, and you're being tested right now. Are you following your truth? Are you setting out on the path that you said was the path for you? Is it time for you to make a new goal? Divine source is here. I've been working on my solar chakra this weekend. That's beautiful. Solar work should be done daily, because when the solar is in balance, you feel more alive, you feel more whole, right? It says, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Divine source. Some of you have a fear of not having your needs met, and I understand that your needs are met, darling. You have to trust that the universe is abundant. Grand rising. Grand rising. What I'm seeing here is time for a voyage. You're moving somewhere deeper. I love this card. I love this card. Do you see the limitations being removed in this voyage card? Do you see the limitations? This whale is flying. Whales are what, approximately 3,000 pounds to 3,000 pounds. They're heavy. I don't know. Maybe they're not that big. I feel like they are, but they're. I think I'm estimating wrong. I think they said more like 500-600 pounds. I think some of them do get to a higher weight, but the voyage is here. And when you think about the weight that they carry, they're able to leap big into the air. Whales are a very unique community in that they care very much about the family unit. Orcas are different. They care about the family unit, but they got a little bit of they could be a little gangster is what it is. They give gangster because, like, the mama, the matriarch in the orca's family, it'll separate a pup from its mother from another pod. You say they with the sheep. They will separate a pup from its pod so that the mother will come to be in her pod and mate, because mothers with a new baby won't mate. And it's interesting, you see this in nature over and over, where they try to get rid of the next generation so that they can have their own seed, right? So if a new male is coming in or something like that, they want that population to expand with their bloodline. And there's so much in the bloodline. So right now you guys are on a voyage, fire signs. The humans do it too. I know. I was thinking that, so you must be tapped in with my energy. I was thinking, like, energy wise, there's that threat. Moms are like that too. It's not just the fathers. Fathers don't just come in and don't want to accept somebody else's kids. Mothers are that way too. But mothers will pretend like they really love somebody's kids and secretly hate them. They will secretly have envy and jealousy over somebody else's kids because, for whatever reason, the connection that they have or the fear that there won't be enough love. And I want you to remember, like, if we honestly moved in a place of love, we would know that there is enough love to go around. You know what I mean? My sister and my daughter. If we were moving in a place of love, and what does that look like? Love compels us to act with compassion and empathy. It's a healing energy, a restorative energy, right? If I know a family unit is broken, why wouldn't I want to restore it? If I know someone in my community is suffering, why wouldn't I want to help them? Especially if I have resources. Maybe my resources aren't as grand as I would like them to be, but as I give, I make room to receive, right? And it's not about showcasing it. You know what I mean? Like, the days where people really thought about caring for each other, we got to get back to that. If I see my sister is struggling, if she needs encouragement, why can't I pick up the phone or send her a message and say, "You're doing great"? What would that do for her? "You're doing a good job. I see you. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You inspire me." Yet they live by test. You know, we get fearful. We get fearful to stand up because we feel like we're going to lose. I had that experience. I used to work at a big bank. I worked at a big bank. I had a narcissist as a manager. His name was Jacob. I use his name Jacob because it's a bunch of Jacobs in the, Jake from State Farm. It's a bunch of them, right? Anyway, I remember that in that place, I had visions of what I was dealing with, and I saw that I was working with a lot of sharks, and just feeling like they were all out for themselves. And it came a point where he would pick on different people for different reasons, but he did not like women of color. He really did not like women of color, and he surely did not like me. But I didn't like myself either. So he was just a reflection of where I didn't feel strong and I didn't feel powerful enough. And I remember I went to HR on him because he was harassing me. And HR sat me down in a meeting and told me that they can't believe that he would do such a thing because he's been a manager for over 10 years. And I said, "Oh, okay." Like, instantly my defenses went up and I was like, "Y'all on some bullshit." And I know that everything happens for a reason. Like, I don't feel bad because I know that company at some point is going to pay me some money for the loss of income that I incurred when I got fired. I'm putting it out there. Because my colleagues saw what was happening and not one of them was willing to say, "She's telling the truth." They were afraid. They were so afraid that they would be ridiculed and targeted. You understand? How many of us do that? How many of us, "Well, that's not my business. That's not my business." How empowering would it have been for us to stand together and say, "Hey, this isn't right." Because if he does it to one person, he'll do it to another. And he did. He kept doing it to different people. But it was easier to stay in a safety zone. And fire signs, I'm talking to you because it's easy to stay in a comfort zone. Get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. It was a learning lesson, and I'm grateful for that lesson. Everything that happened after that led me to this moment, and I'm so grateful for where I am. I understand that he didn't love himself. He fought for his dad's attention. He felt unempowered. So when people feel unempowered, they try to push their power onto somebody else. We call them narcissists. That dynamic is a real dynamic, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. When we feel like someone has more power than us and we can't fight back, we channel that energy to someone else. I experienced it with a husband when he was unable to, when he could not control me with his words, he tried to control me with his hands. He's remorseful to this day. He feels bad to this day, but it doesn't change the exchange that happened. So as you can see, that was a common theme in my life until I learned to empower myself, not with just words, but just understanding and recognizing the value that I have. Knowing that I didn't even have to stay on that job. I could have just quit and got another job. It wasn't that serious. I could have quit and got another job and probably made more money. But that was a pivotal moment for me. That was the decision. That moment made me decide I was never going back into banking again. And it's funny because the universe will test you. I got an offer with another big bank. And I'm talking about a nice offer. I was like, okay, it was the most money I had ever been offered for my job, and I walked away. I still went on the interview because the money was calling. Because sometimes we will accept things because it feels right. And I really hope y'all get that. It's not just about the money. I would have been miserable. Do you really want to be in misery holding on to something that's not meant for you? I say that. I say that because it's up to us to care for each other and to care and love. You understand? So, your commitments are being tested right now, fire signs. And what does that look like? It means that there could be some challenges. Are you really committed to the task at hand? It's time for you to really voyage deep. Go deeper into who you really are. Checking your emotions, checking your thoughts, checking your manifestations, what's showing up. Allowing yourself to be in flow. And again, having this energetic clearing out all negative energies and entities that's been attached to you. This is, it says, during your crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of the fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. What does that plan look like? The voyage says to you, the voyage says to my fire signs, hey Mo, get ready. You're about to embark on a journey, and it might be an inner sojourn or an outer voyage to a distant land. It might be a project or idea that is coming to life, but most certainly, you are an intrepid traveler, sallying forth into the unknown. Where do you want to go, fire signs? Where do you want to go? What have you always wanted to do? What have you always wanted to be? A bodybuilder? An Instagram star? An entrepreneur? A singer? A dancer? A writer? A poet? Helping people? A nurse? A doctor? A healer? What dreams do you hold on the inside? What visions do you have? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel good, NJ? I'm going to tell you what makes you feel good, helping people. See, once you recognize that you've always been a healer, you'll do the healing work, and that healing medicine that you have inside of you, NJ, will start to pour out into everybody else. You don't realize it, it just happens. It comes natural. Your desire is to help, to make things grow. But you don't see it because you think your path is supposed to be XYZ. You understand? That's who you are. It says, this is the time to make it happen. Get prepared. Have a clear vision of what you want to experience, but also be prepared for the unexpected. Be prepared for the unexpected. That is part of the exhilaration of being a traveler. Sometimes you miss a flight, but that flight that you miss, you meet the most intriguing person on the next flight, and you're like, wow. You understand? Like, doesn't that feel amazing? Like, think about all of the connections that you've made on accident by just being where you were in the moment. Voyage deep inside your own heart. There's so much beauty in it. The song that's playing in my ears right now, Spirit Lead Me. It says, it's the Hillsong, Oceans. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Creator. That is the exhilarating part. Remember to enjoy the journey as much as reaching the destination. There's a lot going on here, but you are exactly where you were meant to be. Why did I just suddenly start cleaning? That's probably a sign. Last but not least, let's get to my beautiful water signs. Water signs, 6404. Water. Come on, y'all. Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces energy coming in, calling in Pisces energy for the best and highest good, calling in Cancer energy for the best and highest good, for the good of all. Ooh, y'all running from the flame, Cancer. What y'all running from? What y'all scared of? Come on. Come on. Scorpio, let's go. Sun, Moon, Rising. I started cleaning a closet, but I've been discouraged because people have been canceling last minute. So charge a cancellation fee, require a deposit, and make half of it non-refundable. People don't like losing money, so don't get discouraged. That's free money. When I used to drive Uber, one thing that I didn't like was that you could drive all the way to the person, and if you didn't get to the destination, they could cancel. They wouldn't send you any money. Well, they started to change that because so many people, you could be driving like 15-20 minutes and they cancel and you get nothing. And it's like, dude, I done drove all the way over here to come pick your ass up and you ain't gonna honor me. So they started to change that. When you have it's called accountability and integrity. So that's what they're saying to you, is to build some integrity into your business. Build some integral structure into your business. You need to have rules for your business. If you want me to clean for you, then you must pay a deposit for XYZ. You know what I'm saying? Period. And there's a 50% cancellation fee. And make sure you charge your work, because then you will attract people who's serious about you. If you charging $25 an hour to go clean somebody's house, or $20 an hour to clean somebody's house, you're undervaluing yourself. Look at how much the average is. Do a little research and see what some of the bigger companies do. You don't have, like you might see a service that say, oh, we will do it for like $100 or something like that. But baby, let me tell you, they just doing it for no $100. That $100 is probably covering 2 areas. And it better be light areas, because if it's heavy, if they require you to do heavy cleaning, they charge so much. Aww. Hi, Kyra. I definitely charge $25. Do your research, baby. You have to try, and you also have to be mindful of who you attract. You understand? Like if you don't want those type of clientele, you have to put a certain type of energy into your business. Glitter and dirt. Do you charge? Are you a cleaner? Oh, you used to clean $60 an hour? Yeah, there you go. Think about the energy that it takes to clean. Like, you have to factor in so many things. It's not just the products. Yes, I'm gonna use those products, but it's also my energy, my sweat and tears. And if I have other people, I gotta pay them too. People pay for what they want. And the reason why that's your spirit saying, I started using cards a little bit, but only for me, and I cleansed them first. I understand. Hey, loving me more. How are you, sweetheart? I love you. I love you loving me more. You have such a beautiful energy. You have such a beautiful energy. I feel like I'm not interacting with y'all over here. I'm so sorry. YouTube. How y'all feeling over there, YouTube? You see that? That's what community does. Community builds. Do you see how just glitter and dirt? I've never seen your name before ever on the live. And now you have somebody. Did I do readings? Do you do readings Saturdays? You talking about individuals? Like individual readings? Yes. If you're doing one-to-one readings, yes, I do them on Saturdays, Kate. On my website, you can book pretty much any day. It just requires a day in advance. So, evetheimpact.com. www.easetheempath.com to book a personal. Thank you for the follow. Everybody on YouTube, I'm grateful for you. Y'all are so patient and so beautiful. I'm truly grateful for your presence. Hi, Jeff. 4103. Hello, Star. Welcome. God has been talking to you. I love that. Oh, thank you. That's so wild. You want me to tell you why? You're a mom. Because I used to be so self-conscious about the way my voice sounded. Oh, two girls and a boy. I used to be so self-conscious, right? I used to be so afraid. I used to sing in the choir when I was in high school. I love to sing. I love singing. I love being in front of the camera. I love being here. It really brings me joy. And I had to accept that about myself because, I look at other people and that's what came up for me yesterday, was that you don't have to compare to nobody. You don't have to compete with nobody. I've had this competitive energy, and fire signs, y'all probably deal with that a lot. Water signs, we on water signs, but you don't have to because there's plenty. And I know that the program that most of us run says that we don't have enough, right? The program that we have been running says you have to look a certain way, you must do this, that's not true. That's not true. You have a unique song, a unique signature, a unique medicine that is only yours, and you have assignments. Believe it or not, it's not just me, it's y'all too. Y'all have y'all own assignment, people that you're assigned to, and those people, you give them a very specific medicine. For some people, you will be their anti-venom. For others, you might be their poison, and that's okay too. Why? Because that poison will teach them to do something different. That's okay. My husband cheated, I cheated back. I bet you would. I promise you. I promise you, if he ever got with another woman, he gonna treat her right. He's gonna remember what it felt like to have somebody care and nurture and do. He's gonna remember how painful it felt when he found out I love somebody else, because he didn't think about that when he did it to me. You understand? You have a unique medicine. And I'm never gonna forget how he provided. He made sure bills were paid. He busted his back for us. Literally. Digging ditches and trenches and shit. You understand? Water signs, let's go. I'm so grateful for you guys. Water signs, Scorpio, Cancer. Scorpio, Cancer. Ooh, Scorpio, Cancer. Pisces energy. Also, hi, him. There could be also something you want. You good? What you go for a walk?
I went to a car store.
Oh, did you buy an energy drink and take it upstairs?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna mind my business. Because if you wanted me to know, you would. I'm gonna mind my business.
I love you.
I love you too, darling. I can talk to my grandma now. I started remembering childhood dreams. That's beautiful. It's funny that you say that because I was literally just talking to my mom about my grandfather and how he would come to me in the dreams. That's beautiful. Make sure you cultivate that gift, babe. Oh, Aquarius is, if you have Aquarius placement, their spirit is heavily on this message for you as well. So if the other message didn't resonate, if you are an Aquarius, even though I'm talking to water signs, there could be something in this message for you right now, okay? They're showing me Capricorn energy, Aries energy. My kids are the same way. They're showing me ringing in the ears. Okay. So somebody wants something to be successful. Somebody is searching for success. This is a beautiful energy. I never really understood this energy before until yesterday because I got this card for myself. All of my placements. Amber J. So what I'm seeing here is that somebody wants something to be successful and you're looking to simplify your life with security. You're looking for a more secure away. And Spirit is saying that your trouble or your issue is really with the stillness. It feels like there's resistance with being still, being able to sit in your own energy and sit with yourself. There's a call for that. There's a calm that it's like they say the calm before the storm, but really what I'm seeing is that you're being able to hear in the calm. And I feel like the reasons that you're not hearing some of the things that you need to hear, thank you, Spirit. um, the reason that you're not hearing, um, this is so beautiful, is because you're not taking the time to be still. Remember, I said success was here. Look at that. Look at that. Full moon. The new moon in Taurus says prosperity lies ahead for my water signs. So if you've been dealing with feeling like lack or scarcity in your environment, I do feel like, and that's what it feels like, you're securing your bag. But there's a place where you need to kind of be still. Trusting that the universe will provide for you, wishing on the stars, being in that connective energy. I'm also going deeper within. I see a new start, maybe new start in love as well with the swan energy. There's a sacred energy that's around you right now. A sacred, it could feel like ancestors. The stillness is saying to you, um, take a step back from a project, a situation, or a relationship. Even if it's just for a few moments to mend bridges, slow down and breathe. Be still and go within. Um, Go within. Listen to your inner voice. Take time to connect with your spirit, your guides, and your ancestors. I told you they were around you. It felt like it. This is not a good time to start a new cycle. Wait and incubate. Fix things that need fixing. Heal things that need healing. Think things through and forgive yourself and others. Okay? It's a time for forgiveness. It's time to take a pause. If things seem barren or even bleak, hold on. Just as migrating birds find new life in the tundra marshes in the summer, you too will expand once again, addressing, um, you too will expand again during the coming months in the thaw. And what that looks like is what you're trying to do is hold on. You're holding on. Do you see how the goat is holding on? It's trying to persevere, preserve what it has, and it's this digging in tighter. But it's in the digging in tighter that you actually lose your grip. That makes sense. So it's time for you to kind of be more quiet and to release. You know, as you allow yourself to. Be more fluid in your energy, because success is here, right? As you take that pause, you welcome in the lush new beginnings, new growth, new, and it's so powerful, this message, y'all, because I understand everybody wants a level of security. That's security in your relationship, security in your finances, security in your health, right? Health, wealth, abundance, all of that. You want to be secure, but sometimes the answers are going to reveal themselves when you're more quiet, when you take a pause to go in internally, right? That's very important for you right now. Listening for the messages from your energy star. You're here. I'm so grateful because literally they're saying the stars, trust in the stars. And it's so funny because I hear people saying, like, especially if you have a religious background, like you don't look to the stars and the moon and the sun for your answers. But it's not about that. It's just connecting and knowing that I'm part of the great web of everything. You understand? Like, my fingers are separated, but they're still attached to my hands, that are still attached to my arms, that are still attached to my shoulders, that are still attached to my torso. It's still all connected. You understand? It's not them versus me, right? It's not them and us. It's not like that. It's all connected, right? Lower frequency, higher frequency, it doesn't matter. It's all connected. So in the stillness, I can see things, a perspective that maybe I've missed before. This perspective could be a place of gratitude, but this perspective could also be where I need to make an adjustment. I might need to pivot and go left instead of going right, or I might need to forge ahead. But maybe after a break, it says take a break. Stop trying to force it. If it don't fit, don't force it. Just, I don't know the rest. I can't remember, but you get the gist of it, right? If it don't fit, don't force it. Okay? Allow things to flow. I don't know why that message was here for you all, but just allow it to flow. There's a new beginning. There's something new with prosperity. It's lush. Yeah, let it go. Relax. Breathe. It's so beautiful here. They want me to read this card, New Moon in Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus or somebody with a very strong Taurus placement. Grand Rising. It says, this card will often come when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. This card suggests that you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the law of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you. It says if you value yourself first, water signs, sun, moon, rising. If you value yourself first, others will value you. What is the reflection in, what does water do? When you look into a pool of water, who do you see? Anybody else? You see you. You understand? When you look in the pool of water, a body of water, it doesn't matter. The moon, the ocean reflects back to the moon, right? Right. Right. We reflect ourselves. It says, this card will come when you are inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. This card suggests that you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. And this comes down to the law of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you. I say this to my son all the time. I say, babe, if you want a better job, you don't have to just settle for a job that pays you $8, $9, $10 an hour. The reason why people feel comfortable offering you that is because you haven't said no. You haven't said no to the things that are not matching your value, your intrinsic value. And you have to dig deeper to find that value, right? The diamonds ain't just sitting on the surface. You got to dig and get to them, right? You have to dig deeper, right? Sometimes you got to go through a manual process. What does that look like? I got to build from the inside, right? It says, you can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxury Venus, and this card holds new moon energy. So now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card is the signal of a start of a new relationship or of sexier times. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign to not give up just yet. Get or give a massage. Have a healthy body. Attune your body. Clear your mind. You will soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Getting clear on what you want and value the most will help you find peace. Yesterday when I went to the store, I bought hangers to hang up all my clothes. And I bought a storage bag, those little, the kind that you pull the air out. And when I got home, I had spent like $95 in the store. And I'm like, damn, I'm always going here spending this money, And when I got home, Spirit was like, I thought you wanted to release things. And I said, I do. And they said, well, why are you buying more things to store? I was like, what? You bought another bag so that you could store. You call it organization. But if you get rid of some of this shit that's just sitting in your closet that you don't even know what's in here, I promise you, it will feel so much lighter. And I was like, damn, that was cold. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And like, this how me and my higher self talk. Like, I be in the house talking like that. It feels amazing when you lighten your load. Man, it's true. Stop eating for a day and see how you feel. When your mind stops talking to you about how hungry you are, you realize, oh shit, I'm not really that hungry. That was some bullshit. Right? It makes a difference. At some point, your inner voice has to be louder than your cravings and your desires, than this need to accumulate. Consumerism is why we accumulate. And that accumulation is weight. You understand? It says, take some time out to pamper yourself. When was the last time you guys pampered yourselves? Today. When was the last time you really pampered yourself? You gave yourself a beautiful facial and plucked the hairs and steamed your scalp and just allowed yourself to feel beautiful and connected. Mine told me to not say anything and no subliminal messages. I was like, okay, dang. I believe that it's been a while. Maybe it's time for that. Water signs. When was the last time you gave yourself some self-care? Huh? Start. I called today because I'm holding this bull. That's how your spirit talks to you. I understand. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. We often feel that it's somehow wrong to focus our finances, but the truth is that money can make life far more comfortable from a physical point of view. Taurus knows this, and the new moon in Taurus is a time to work your magic to create money. I used to have a colleague, and she used to work a full-time job at a bank, and she started coaching first, but then she really found that her passion was in branding and photography. She booked her schedule every weekend. She had 4 to 5 clients every weekend, and she created a specialty niche for women where she focused on what women's needs are, and she just kept going until those weekend sessions made her just as much money as her regular job. And she was doing it on the weekends. You understand? Water signs. How serious are you about your finances? Are you getting yourself in the dumps about it? Are you feeling low? Because this is that Taurus energy is saying it's time for you to make a new plan. If you sit still and wait for direction and hear with clarity, you will have the success. There's a beautiful, lush jungle, and the jungle provides oxygen for the whole planet. Did you know that? That the jungles provide the oxygen for the planet because of their dense variations of plant life. Y'all know when we talked about density today, right? Remember we talked about the difference between being very dense and very light. If our jungles were light, we'd probably be dead. But because we have dense jungles, the plants are stacked, the trees, you understand what I mean, right? When you look at it from the sky, you see them all compacted up in there, right? That's what your success looks like. Scripture says that my cup will be running over. My cup is filled to the top and running over. That's what success looks like and feels like. But you got to be open. I understand security is important to you right now. It's important to the Taurus too. That's why this Taurus energy came in to remind you. It's not just about having luxury things. It's about being able to sustain, having a solid footing, having a solid ground where I'm feeling stable and secure. And sometimes I have to make a plan for my life in order for me to get there. Let me get you a divine card and we will close this reading. Last card for my water signs. Last card for my water signs. Expansiveness. This is a Sagittarius energy. There's a transformation happening in your life right now. I see a cycle of death and birth and rebirth. Some of you guys are dealing with some grief, something with your heart. Sometimes your heart feels a little healthy. Fun fact, more than 60% of the oxygen is produced in the ocean. Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate that fun fact. I'm going to have to look it up. I love when people bring me new information. I 100% do. It says tears are what happen when the ice melts, when the ice in our heart melts. This is a time for you to release the pain in your heart, to release anything that you've been holding on to, any sadness, any grief, any heartache. Because if you don't, it puts a block up. Give yourself some time and space to do so with this stillness, and allow yourself to be reborn with this expansive energy. It says eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, exhausted ego, meaning all of these many time constraints that we have, these tiny little programs. Oh, I got to get this done now, 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 now. The universe is expansive, and eternity is something that we all live. Do you understand? So that's the message for you guys. Thank you all for being here and working through my little quirks. I appreciate you. You are all amazing today. Don't forget your questions. Gratitude, what is it? Do you seek outside approval? Do you approve of yourself? Are you taking the lessons that are presented to you? What energy do you hold on to? And are you holding you back? Thank you so much, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much, you too, Becky, you too, Just the Success and Star. I am so grateful for y'all. Have a beautiful day.